So with tabular layout, I get multiple benefits, and the couple of them are actually the expand and collapse of the field. So if I'm doing a drill down, so one is that I'm getting all the fields in separate columns, which allows me to actually collapse, do an expand and collapse as per my convenience. So, and in one go, let's say I want to collapse the entire table based on the region. So, anywhere on the region, I do a right click and then expand and collapse, and say collapse entire field. My table will get collapsed and summarized, will give me summarized values at a region level. Similarly, if I'm expanding it and I'm saying collapse entire field, so expanding collapse becomes very convenient, quite convenient in this case in tabular layout. Second benefit which we get is the filtering option, especially when we want to do a top 3 or top n or bottom n. For example, at the moment I would like to see I would like to show only top 3 country within a region based on let's say my total profit, followed by top 5 city within that. So at the, in this example, Northern Europe, I can see a total 8 countries right now within Northern Europe, and if I expand a specific country, then there are multiple cities within that. So I would like to see only top 3 countries based on profit, and then followed by top 5 cities within that. So I can do that using this tabular layout, and it's more convenient here. So I click on the country, choose by value top 10, I'll say top 3, and by total profit, that's one filter. So now by default I will always get only 3 countries in any of the segments, and now I want the top 5 cities. So again I click on city and I'll say value by top 10, 5 based on total profit. So now this visual or this table will always give me the top 5 city based on the profit. It doesn't matter what filter or what slicer I'm using. So this tabular layout helps me to achieve this. Right, okay, moving to the next segment, which is quite important when it comes to pivot, which is a value field settings. So pivot does not just only offers the sum, average, or minimum or maximum. We can do many calculations, additional calculations. So let's do a market, and let's again do a sales. There is a filter applied here, so I'll say clear filter at the moment. So now I've got, let's zoom in, by market, the total sales amount. Now I wish to see what is the percentage of this. So let's just total sales. Now what we require at the right now is what is the percentage contribution. So if I apply this formula, so for example Africa contributes to 6%, Asia Pacific 33%, Europe 26%, so on and so forth. So right now this is an external formula, and it's not that dynamic as I wish I want it to be. So how can we achieve the similar things? For example, if I remove market and if I add product subcategory, so it's not dynamic because my cells are fixed at the moment, and especially when I add another slicer to it. So let's say I add market as a slicer. So go to pivot table, analyze right now, insert slicer, market. Windows user actually can apply slicers by right click on the field option, and then you will get an option of add as a slicer. Alright. So one is I would like to ensure that all the formulas is applied automatically. Second is if I add another slicer, so pivot table analyze, insert slicer, and this time I'm adding category. Now when I'm adding category as a slicer, my table is shifting and hence but my formula is not updating accordingly. So I really need to work on this. So for example, here I will apply this formula, but the moment it changed to furniture or office supplies, it's not reflecting the correct value. So how we can achieve all this using pivot? So the answer to that question is value field settings. Now what we need is that we need to see the total sales but in terms of percentage contribution. So in the value field settings, we'll again drag, so in the values we'll again drag total sales. By default it's showing sum of sales. I'll go to value field settings, summarized. So instead now we'll select show data as. By default it says no calculation. This time I'll select it percentage of column total, because this is what eventually we need, that it should give me the sum of sales 61940 divided by 444,178, which is the column total. So I'll select percentage of column total. I can name it as percentage contribution. And I have that value, and doesn't matter what slicer or filters I'm applying on this, it's dynamic. So value field settings, I can do a lot more with value field settings. So this is showing the percentage of the overall total. Now what if we needed percentage of parent total, and what is a parent over here? So for category, my parent is right now at the moment is for subcategory, the parent is category. So if I add category into the pivot field, I add it as a layer, and let's change the layout. So go to design, report layout, show in tabular form, right? Now what is required in this case is that, so for bookcases it's contributing 917352, which is 12% of the overall 7578. The requirement is to calculate the percentage of parent, which is the furniture total, how much it's contributing towards within this segment. So how we can achieve this? So again we'll drag the sales into values. Under values, go to value field settings, show data as, and percentage of parent total. Now here I have to define what is my parent for this calculation, which is category, and click percentage contribution category. And now I've got, so the way we should read this is bookcases 917352 is total sales amount, which is contributing towards 12% to the overall sale and 36% to the furniture sales. And this we can filter, and this is completely dynamic depending on what I'm whatever selection I'm making. I'm getting both the contribution on overall, contribution on parent. So value field settings offers a lot many possibilities. So let me copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here below this. So let's get rid of this category. So for example, let's doing quantity this time, and let's format it. So this is total quantity, and it should be formatted as number. Let's 0 decimal places. Let's use 1000 separators. So this is my total quantity by different subcategory, and I would like to see my top 80% of what all products are contributing towards the top 80%, which we need to create a running total, and it's pretty straightforward for in this case. So we'll again drag drop the quantity into value field settings, and this time show data as. So what we need is a running total, and what a running total is, so running total and category, subcategory. So what a running total is, let me just format it quickly so I can use this plus this 6876. These total of top 3 is 10267. So this is what running total is, but at the moment I don't need just running total, I need the percentage, how much it's contributing towards overall, how much it is till what category it's coming to be 80% of it. So I'll again go to the value field settings, show data as running total, I'll say percentage running total and subcategory. And so till supplies, I have my, they are contributing towards 80% of my sales, and rest are contributing towards 20%. So all this running total, I can do a ranking as well. Similarly, I can do, let me percentage. And this running total, we use it to identify or prioritize in prioritization, especially when it comes to the Pareto rule, which is about 80-20, and I have an article written on Pareto rule and how to create a Pareto chart, so I'll share the link as well. So apart from this, value field settings offers other calculation options, especially another useful option is the ranking option. So at this moment we have subcategory by total quantity and their percentage contribution and form of running total. What is required is that I would like to see how they are compared when it comes to the sales. So if I use a sales to the table, if I bring on the sales amount into the table, I can see that the quantity, the category which have higher, I'm selling a higher number of quantity, but they may not be my highest selling products. So I would like to see their ranking. So I can achieve that in the pivot table using value field settings. So now I'll go show data as, and in here I can say rank largest to smallest, because I would like to rank my product subcategory. So I'll select product subcategory, largest to smallest, and let me format it. So here I can quickly analyze that bookcases maybe at may not be my highest selling product in terms of quantity, but actually when it comes to sales amount, it's at a rank 1. So I should name it as a rank. Sales rank. Oops. Let me do the number formatting here because it's advisable.